The faint hum of airport announcements echoed through darkness. Rolling suitcases crossed polished floors. Somewhere in the distance, a child laughed. Then silence. July 14th, 2017, 8:42 a.m. For 5 years, investigators believed the trail had gone cold. Then a single frame of surveillance footage reignited a mystery that had never truly disappeared. A grainy surveillance image appeared on screen. A child walked through Terminal 3. The figure turned slightly before the footage froze. The face remained partially obscured. A narrator continued. A child vanished inside one of the busiest international airports in the country. Thousands of passengers were questioned. Hundreds of hours of surveillance footage were reviewed. The child was never found, until routine review uncovered something investigators never expected to see. Aerial footage revealed the scale of North Gateway International Airport. Aircraft moved across runways, while travelers flooded terminals during the morning rush. On the morning of July 14th, 2017, 11-year-old Ethan Walker arrived at the airport with his mother, Rebecca Walker. They were preparing to board a flight to visit relatives across the country. By all accounts, it was an ordinary family trip. Photographs of Ethan appeared on screen. School portraits, family vacations, and birthday celebrations. Rebecca sat quietly in an interview room, holding a worn photograph. Ethan was excited, she recalled. He kept asking questions about the flight. He couldn't wait to travel. I never imagined that would be the last normal conversation we'd have. According to investigative records, Rebecca and Ethan were seated near a food court adjacent to Terminal 3 while waiting to board. At approximately 8:38 a.m., Rebecca walked a short distance to an airline service desk to retrieve updated travel documents. Security footage later confirmed she was gone for less than 4 minutes. When she returned, Ethan was gone. At first, she assumed he had wandered to a nearby store or restroom. Within moments, concern turned into panic. "Ethan!" she called repeatedly while searching the area. Passengers looked around. Airport employees began asking questions. Security personnel were notified immediately. "Control! We have a possible missing juvenile near Terminal 3 food court. Male, approximately 11 years old. Initiating search protocol." The response was immediate. Airport security officers spread throughout the terminal. Public areas were searched. Gate agents were alerted. Surveillance operators reviewed camera feeds, while local police established a coordinated search effort. Within hours, one of the largest missing child investigations ever conducted at the airport was underway. Investigators examined dozens of surveillance cameras. Officers searched parking garages, baggage areas, maintenance corridors, and restricted access zones. Passenger manifests were reviewed. Outbound flights were checked. Yet as hours turned into days, investigators faced a troubling reality. There was no clear indication of where Ethan had gone. Retired lead investigator Marcus Hale remembered the early days of the case. "At first, we believed we'd find him quickly. Most missing child cases in transportation hubs are resolved within hours. Instead, every lead seemed to disappear." The investigation soon focused on a section near Terminal 3 where renovation work had created temporary surveillance gaps. Security footage showed Ethan moving toward a connecting corridor shortly before his trail ended. Beyond that point, investigators could not conclusively track his movements. Those missing moments became the most debated aspect of the case. Investigative journalist Daniel Price spent years covering the disappearance. People couldn't understand how a child could disappear inside a place covered by cameras, security personnel, and thousands of witnesses. The more people learned about the case, the more questions they had. As national media coverage intensified, Ethan's photograph appeared on television broadcasts across the country. Missing person organizations joined the search. More than 3,000 tips were submitted during the first 6 months. Most led nowhere. One witness later reported seeing a boy matching Ethan's description walking calmly toward Terminal 3 shortly before the disappearance. He didn't seem frightened. He looked like he knew exactly where he was going. Months became years. Public attention faded. Active leads grew scarce. Yet Rebecca Walker never stopped searching. "You don't stop being a parent because time passes," she said quietly. "Every birthday, every holiday, every ordinary day, you wonder where they are. 5 years passed. Then, in August 2022, an airport security analyst conducting a routine review of archived surveillance footage inside Terminal 3 noticed something unusual. The analyst paused the video, rewound it, watched it again. A child appeared on screen, walking alone through the terminal. The resemblance was striking. The image was enlarged. Supervisors were called. Within minutes, several members of airport security were gathered around the monitor in silence. 5 years after Ethan Walker disappeared, a single piece of footage threatened to change everything investigators thought they knew. The child visible on screen shared remarkable similarities with Ethan. The facial structure appeared similar. The posture was familiar. Even several behavioral mannerisms seemed recognizable. As the footage froze on the child's face, investigators found themselves confronting a question they never expected to ask again. Had Ethan Walker just been seen inside Terminal 3?